All right. Okay, it's been a while since I played this guy, so I'm not 100% sure what all he's got going on. But at this character level, spending some time leveling up is probably perfectly fine. Okay, apparently I don't have any life leech. Or if I do, it's not enough.
Good afternoon.
I think that's Siverbs. Yeah. Let's see if I have life leech. 4 mana steel. Okay, I have Cathan's ring. And I have another Cathan's ring. Alright. Let's see what's like here. Okay, that was certainly much less dangerous.
Hello.
Okay, shift right click does work. That's good. Okay, I think it does target the imp on top of the Crush Beast and automatically miss. Because it's actually untargetable. Okay, let's try going downstairs. Seems fine. I wonder if it's worth it to have a mercenary. Probably not. What's in my stash? Tancred. What am I wearing? Okay. Getting the unique Gladius would be really nice. Actually, I'm curious about just the blue one. How much damage it does.
Afternoon.
8 to 22. And I have 12 to 21. With better reach, but... Or I could just apparently buy a war sword. Okay. What? Okay. Health orange, okay.
Can I help you?
Twelve to 21. Hmm.
Good afternoon.
Alright, pressing control and clicking on the item does not sell it. Good to know. And I'm probably going to run for experience, not necessarily all today, but to get either until I'm level 42 or until I find at least one nice weapon. Like my ideal would be Bloodletter, the unique Gladius. It does a lot of damage in this version.
afternoon.
Isn't it like the area at Summit, rune words, one original rune words? Oh, it's Omniralthal. Okay, not Omtal. I could potentially see trying to use that. Let's see. Honor, also pretty decent. Joggle Eth, yeah, right, okay. Alright, so I'll just pick up random runes that I see for a while. And then check again for anything that I might be able to actually make. Excuse me. I probably can't get a 5-socket weapon yet. Hello, Toby. Yeah, I'm just leveling up and or looking for items. This is version 1.08. Someone did, so I think maybe you saw it. Fabian or Fabian found Stormspire in version 1.08 on his live stream. So I would no longer be like the first live streamed Stormspire to be found if I ever find one. But I could still be the first self-found Stormspire live streamed in single player if I find one with this guy. So today I'm just doing some experience and potentially getting some good items. The ideal drop from either of these guys, which I don't even know if they're capable of, will be Bloodletter, because it does a lot of damage in this version. It's really good. They can drop Gladius, I just don't know if they can drop the unique one. So I'm just doing Shank and Eldritch because the very first thing I did today was went and fight Pendle, and he hurt. There's risk of dying if I'm not paying attention, so here that doesn't really seem to be an issue. I'll show you. I actually have some, but I'll just show you on this website. Okay, I should be able to unblind already. So you can see 43 to 108 damage is what it displays here at least. 190% enhanced damage, 20 to minimum and 45 to maximum damage, 20 attack speed, 8 life steal. So 43 to 108 on one-handed is really good, especially at level 30, or, you know, I'm 37, but so it's really strong for its level. So that would be the ideal drop that I get from here. I'm also going to pick up any runes that I see, and then potentially go look at some of the old rune words, like the original, I guess 1.08 rune words, to see if there's anything good there. Ral Thul is one I looked up that I might try to make. I have a Thul rune, but there was no attack speed on it, which is kind of not ideal. No, the range is fine, at least for now. You know, that this would just be for leveling. Like, if I compare 42 to 108 with low range versus 17 to 18, I'm quite, you know, which also has low range, then I'm quite happy to go stand in the monster's face from range of 0, or whatever the range adder is. But even, like, at this point, in, you know, at only level 37, range adder is not something that I'm really considering when I choose my weapon. Yeah, this is still normal difficulty. So he has a long way to go before actually trying to find Stormspire. And probably, I won't say for sure, but probably for a while, I'll either be working on this guy. I can, but it takes a lot of rituals in 1.08 to force, even to force unique mobs to drop. Uniques, never mind trash mobs, especially in normal difficulty. So in Hell, it takes 2 hours of rituals to force trash mobs to drop uniques. In normal, it would take longer. I did, previously on this character, I did enough to force set items from unique mobs so that I could get Death's Touch and Sanders. I got both of those. And so when this guy gets to the point where he's farming for Stormspire, what my plan is he'll open a game in TCP/IP, so LAN, and sit next to the Gloams in Act 4 and let them do their ritual while minimized, and I'll have another copy of version 1.08 open, playing a guy just in single player, not on LAN, doing and I don't know if it will let me do that, but I think it will, doing high council runs, just like for charms and consumables and whatever.
How may I be of help?
So it would be let him sit for 2 or 2.5 hours while I run council, and then go do his Act 5 clear. And that would be a 3.5 to 4 hour stream, probably. to get all that done. And then it takes hundreds or possibly even thousands of attempts to actually get Stormspire. Unless I'm super lucky, you know, which is possible. I have been super lucky in the past, a couple times. Okay, let's check out this ring. Antidote potions.
Good afternoon.
Not the flawless gems. Okay, thawing potion.
Afternoon.
Wrong guy. This is, oh, you don't even sell thawing potion. I'm not really expecting anything good out of these ring rolls, but there's a low possibility that I get something usable. And it uses up these gems that are taking up stash space in a way that's not simply muling them off. Because I'll mule stuff off of this guy, but I won't be muling anything back on. Okay. Let's go ahead and repair while I'm standing here. Yeah, there's a chart that shows how many or how much magic find is needed. And I think it doesn't even show how much magic find is needed for normal because the number is so large. But I did one previously. I did force unique mobs to drop at least set items. And that's how I got a lot of the gear that I'm wearing. I can't remember. I might have done one where I forced uniques, but I don't remember. If I did, I would probably have more uniques that I'm wearing, so probably I have not done that. But if I went wearing what I'm wearing right now and tried to kill the minions of destruction, I think I would get demolished. So. So I'll work on levels and then hope that I find a couple nice items along the way. But for me personally, the main purpose of this guy, it's less about finding Stormspire, which will be nice, and more about having an excuse to play 1.08. So this was one I was looking at earlier. I have a Thul rune, Omral Thul, King's Grace. 100% enhanced damage, 100% damage to demons, some fire and cold damage, lifesteal, attack rating. I think this one would be okay. 3 socket swords. I don't know really, I haven't really looked a whole lot through here to see what else is even available. Some of these, let's see, Ortsal, no, not really worth it. I think that's kind of about it. Okay, that's not bad. Magic, alright, Nefsal Ith. Damage reduced by 7. I guess that's simply Sol Rune. Rhyme, but I don't use shields. Let's see. Tal Eth. Let's see. 25 run walk, 25 hit recovery. That might be worth it. Magic damage reduced by 3. Yeah, 2 socket armors, that could be worth it. Especially for the run walk. I am a run walk enjoyer. Tur L is relatively cheap and probably beats my offhand weapon for now. Let's see, Tur for crushing blow. I might get that for when I go against Bale. That could be useful. So yeah, there's some okay stuff. But nothing that like blows your mind. And if I use Tal F, I'll need a different source of cannot be frozen, because right now that's my armor. Also, runes are pretty rare. Although I guess it's mostly high runes that are going to be really rare. Normal runes are like, relatively speaking, normal rarity. It's the mid and high runes that are going to be exceedingly rare. Like, way worse than 1.07.
At your service.
But right now I have Tal and Thul, so not many options available to me. Suppose in theory with my Tal rune I could craft an amulet. But I won't. I'll be saving amulet crafting for when I'm a higher level. In this version, the caster crafted amulets can get up to 25% casting speed instead of 20. I did some crafting yesterday in 1.07. I finally had enough Great Halbergs and Aegis to use up my crafting runes. Hell and Poe. So I did that at the end of yesterday's stream. For about probably a bit over an hour I was crafting. And you might notice that I was still attacking even though my weapon is damaged or broken. In these old versions, you can continue attacking with a broken weapon until you use a normal attack. Great Sword of Alacrity. Let me go ahead and buy this. Simply for the attack speed, 12 to 20. And C, let's see, I need 60 dexterity. 100 strength. I have exactly that. Okay. Let's see how this works. I think it might be slower. Yeah, I think for me the most interesting result, since there was nothing that was like actually good, was the armor with the 95 life.
At your service.
Because it shows kind of the potential of what could be. Like it's a clear demonstration that Of the Whale is available. And after stream, I looked up a little bit about some 1.08 crafting. There's a lot of recipes, but the main takeaways were they don't get too many sockets from Larzuk. He just gives one. And then the magic-only affixes are no longer available in 1.08. Yeah, it would be. I think, what's it called? If the 3 sockets, if you need damage reduction, then Gladiator's Bane will be better, period. But if you don't, then I think with 3 sockets and some sort of like damage jewels or something like that, it could be usable. Nice. I don't actually know what this glove... Mage Fist? Oh, well, then it probably won't really be useful for me, but still nice. L. Let's grab it. One to 5 fire damage. Okay.
What do you need?
Yeah, could be. Especially if you're not using expensive ones, like just plain attack speed. It could also be 3 attack speed jewels for a mercenary armor to get 45 attack speed on the mercenary armor. So there's lots of things that like it could be, but also there's lots of room for improvement on the armor. The damage reduction can be much higher. If I end up doing more High Council runs in 1.07, then I might try to keep Great Halbergs on the guy. So that when the Poe rune drops, he can make item level 99 crafts. Okay, that's probably all the points I'm going to put in increased speed. No, correct. You cannot remove stuff from sockets. That's 1.10. Once you put something in the socket, it's there forever. Unless you forward it. And then you can, you know, in 1.10 or higher, you can remove it. But in general, Gladiator's Bane will be better for that. And if you need the 3 sockets and the armor, then you could probably just shop something nice, like some of the whale, and get 4 sockets instead from Larzuk. Like I got that godly Archon plate of the Gargantuan that I bought yesterday, which, you know, kind of, mostly I bought that one as a, this shows the potential of what could be, since it's only 51 life. But then if that got 4 sockets, then you get basically a jeweler's Archon plate of plus life, but with really high defense. Go see what that shrine is. It might be... Hello, Jay. Not yet. No, I haven't found the pelt that I'm looking for. I want 3 of the +6 hurricane pelt. So far I have 1. And then once I have 3, I'll go ask Larzuk for sockets. But I finished, I collected enough Great Halbergs from my rack to use up all of my crafting runes for Great Halbergs. And so that was kind of a landmark, I guess, in her progress, rather than only in finding the items specifically that she's looking for. So I'm kind of switching it up a little bit and moving to this guy. At least for today, maybe for a couple days. I'll have to see how I feel. Just wanted to play something different besides just shopping all the time. And I have to kind of think about and decide, do I want to collect more Great Hellbergs, or do I want to re-roll her map? But probably I'll have her collect more Great Hellbergs. To have them available if I ever do more 1.07 High Council runs. So that any Poe runes that drop, I can... what's it called? I can craft item level 99. Instead of level 60. I'm gonna step away briefly and get a drink. Okay. Hmm. I wonder how my map is for... I don't know if it's Thresh Socket. Oh, I don't even have it. Okay. What's over here? No sparkly chest. What's down here? Okay, no. Yeah, I might add these guys to my run.
Afternoon.
Okay, I think I won't keep those guys. I'll just keep doing Shank and Eldritch.
What do you need?
Is that my only... I have Mana Steel here. Let's see what happens. But I think Magic Mine doesn't really matter much. What else did it do? Lightning? Yeah. Okay, I need the Mana Steel.
At your service.
See what this does. What? Does Shink not have a corpse? Okay. I did not know that.
Salutations.
Yeah, Shink doesn't. Okay. I can't hork Shink, I guess. Interesting. Wait, what? That doesn't seem right. Huh. I Hork Eldritch and he drops gold. Alright.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Oh yeah, I need a repair. Mm.
Can I help you?
Let's see, what does Anya
Good morning.
sell? Nothing. Okay. Lane. Yes, it is. So the 1.08 Stormspire, if you force monsters to drop only uniques, is still more rare than Tyrael's Might.
Afternoon.
The only way that you might say something is more rare than that, some uniques, is that in version 1.07, Wind Force, which is a unique, can't even spawn at all. So, depending on how you define rarity, you might say that Wind Force in 1.07 is more rare. But I think that would be silly. So I'm a very long way from finding, from even starting to try to find it. I'm only level 38. So I need a whole bunch of gear. I need a whole bunch of levels. So Magic Find doesn't work appropriately. Like, it doesn't affect nearly as much as you think it should, because the Magic Find that you have is multiplied by 1 over 256. So if you have 256 Magic Find, then it's effectively 1 Magic Find. But with the rituals from the Gloams that give you, like, it's like 1500 per cycle or something like that. If you let them dance around you for a bit over 2 hours, then all monsters will drop unique items only. And then you can clear certain zones of Act 5 that have monster level 90 and have a chance to drop Stormspire. And in this version, Stormspire is an Archon staff, not a giant thresher. And it's also, like, useless. Yeah, they're good. They're the same as 1.07. By the time this is done, I will have many, many Veilers and Gaze and whatever all else. Valkyrie Wing, Wind Force, High Lord's Wrath. Unless I just get super lucky and find Stormspire really early, I'll have multiple copies of all of the interesting 1.08 uniques by the time this is done. The one that I'm really hoping for, or I guess not really hoping for, but that would be really nice to get, while I'm leveling right now, you know, I'm just killing these guys primarily for experience, it would be the unique Gladius Bloodletter. 40 to 108 damage at this level would be a really nice weapon. It would carry me probably all the way to hell. But I'm not gonna, like, hold out for it. I'm just... These guys, I think, can drop it. I'm not even certain that they can. I know they can drop Gladius. I don't know if they can drop the unique one. Yeah, it would be. Attack speed, life... does it do life leech? Yeah, attack speed, life leech, really good damage. But I would be very happy just to have one. It'd be a huge upgrade. 17 to 18 turned into 40 to 108. Huge upgrade, and then this is just 12 to 21. I might, when I get this guy to Hell Mephisto or Nightmare Mephisto, I'll have to decide either do I want to do some Mephisto runs, or more likely, do I want to try to do the ritual in Nightmare and then see if I can get a few items that way. I don't know what you're asking about for the bug, so maybe, maybe not.
Hello.
I've certainly put points in the mastery. I don't know what the bug you're asking about is.
Can I help you?
But it's likely that if it's bugged in 1.09, then it is also bugged in 1.08. But I was planning to take it up to level 20, so hopefully if it is bugged, it is to my advantage. And I picked sword masteries just because that's the weapon type that has the most weapons available. Because I can get a good one-hander or a good two-hander and still use it, whereas with axes or maces, then it would have to be only a good one-hander. Okay, I'll look at it when I'm done here today. I'm intending to play for about 2 more hours, but we'll see. How long have I done? Hour and a half? Yeah. Usually I level these guys to about 40, and then I go to Pindleskin to get 42. But sometimes I'll just stay at these guys and get 42. And hopefully I'll get a couple decent upgrades for gear slots along the way. Even if I don't get Bloodletter, I could get some other stuff that's useful. So one thing that can happen, I was targeting the Demon Imp on top of the Crush Beast right there. and so I automatically miss because he's not actually targetable. So far I got a second copy of the Death Sword, whatever that's called, the set war sword, and then I got Mage Fist, which, you know, gave me 1 to 5 fire damage, which was better or more useful than what I was wearing. So, Death's Touch. Okay, is ring mail light armor? Medium, okay. Yeah, that's how that works. Which, you know, if you kind of think about it, kind of makes sense to where, like, you're more likely to find items that are not useful for your build than you are to find items that are useful for your build. But it still can feel unfair sometimes, I think. Like, oh, I just need this one item. Everything else drops first.
Afternoon.
Well, let's see how it feels. And then I'm not gonna be using a mercenary on this guy because once he does get to the point where he's doing rituals, you'd have to leave the mercenary dead anyway. Or it will kill the glomes while you sit around and wait. And then this guy, I will mule stuff off, but I won't be muling anything on. So he's going to be self-found with no gear from anyone else, but I'm not going to isolate his stuff. I'll use it on other characters.
Good afternoon.
Wow. 122% enhanced damage, 5 to 14. Okay. Oh. Let's see, 17 to 18. Let's see how this feels. Shay rune. Alright. I've never watched that, but... Is that the
At your service.
old one or new one? And then enjoy your show. Let's see, I got a Shay rune, so let's see what all I might be able to make with that. No. 2 socket shields, no. No co rune, so nothing. Okay, so just attack speed, really.